everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Ocean Explorers. I'm Georgia and today we're going to do a deep dive into the most incredible place on earth, the ocean. The ocean is full of wonders, giant whales, rainbow fish and even underwater mountains, but right now it's facing some big challenges. Climate change, pollution and overfishing are putting a lot of pressure on our seas. But don't worry, today we're going to learn how we can help save our oceans. Coming up in today's show, we are joined by special guest Abby, sea quizzes and your own art showcase. We also have a very exciting experiment taking place, which we know you're going to love. Now we're going to try something super cool to show you just how tricky oil in the ocean can be for our environment. We've got an experiment that will help us to see why oil and water don't mix and how dangerous oil spills can be for sea life. Ready to dive in? Let's go! Hey everyone! Today we're doing a cool experiment to learn all about oil spills, why they're a big problem for ocean animals and how we can help clean them up. Did you know that oil spills are one of the biggest threats to sea creatures? While big spills don't happen too often, there are thousands of smaller spills every year that can still hurt fish, birds, and even us if we don't clean them up. Alright, before we jump in, remember to grab your safety goggles and pop them on before we do any experiment. Let's gather a few items we'll need. Here's our list. A tray to catch any mess, a clear container to do our experiment in, which will also let us see the experiment in action. Some vegetable oil to act as our pretend oil spill, and some water to fill up the container. Finally, we'll need some cotton wool, cotton buds, paper towels, and a sponge to see which one works best for cleaning up our oil spill. Let's get started. First, put the container of water on your tray. Next, take some vegetable oil and pour it gently into the water. Look closely as our pretend oil spill is forming right on top. And now for the fun part. One by one, grab each of our cleaning tools, cotton balls, cotton swabs, paper towels, and the sponge and try cleaning up the oil and see which one soaks up the most. Which one do I want to begin with? Let's start with some cotton wool pads. So we're just going to place it right on top. You can see where the oil's separated from the water pretty much straight away. So we're just going to see how much this picks up. So you can see it's actually picked up more oil than I would have expected from this small cotton pad. This could be a good contender, but let's see the others. Next we're going to go with a cotton bud, which should be good in theory, but I think that it's too small. I don't think that this is going to pick up anything. I mean, you might find different, but this just isn't doing it for me. Next we'll go with the sponge. The sponge does nothing for me, if I'm honest. It just doesn't really pick up any oil. So this isn't the best one for me. And lastly, we're going to go in with a paper towel and just pop that straight in there. None of them are doing amazing, to be honest, but this is one of the better ones. It's actually picked up a little bit more oil. Side note, guys, be prepared to get lots of oils on your fingers, so make sure you have an extra paper towel just to wipe them away. Okay, of all of our contenders, I think that the favourite would be the paper towel. You might find different, and if you have any other materials at home, give it a go and see if you find a better one. If you want an extra challenge, try dipping a feather in the oil and see what happens. You can try using each of our cleaning tools on the feather to see if they help. So, why does this happen? Well, oil is lighter than water, so it floats straight to the top. Even if we try mixing or shaking it, the oil stays separate. And that's bad news for sea animals when they come to the surface. They can get covered in oil as it's incredibly sticky. For seabirds, this can stop them from flying, and for fish and other animals, they might accidentally swallow the oil, which can make them very sick. That's why cleaning up oil spills is so important. Great job, everyone. Remember, small steps can make a big difference in keeping our oceans clean and safe. See you back in the studio. Wow, that experiment really showed us how oil and water just don't mix, and how dangerous oil can be for the ocean. When oil spills into the sea, it spreads out and harms marine life like fish, seabirds, and even coral reefs. But don't worry, there's plenty we can do to help protect our oceans. Let's talk about how we can keep our oceans seas safe and clean. And guess what? I've got a special guest with me today to help us understand what's happening and what we can do about it. Please give a big welcome to an environmental science student who's been working hard to learn how we can clear our oceans and keep them safe. Hi Abby, thanks so much for joining us today. We're really excited to hear all about your work and how we can make a difference to the ocean.
Hey Georgia, thanks for having me. I'm excited to share some ideas on how we can keep our oceans clear and keep them healthy for the amazing sea creatures that live there.
Awesome. So let's dive right in. Please can you tell us more about the pollution and how it is affecting sea life?
Absolutely. So pollution in the ocean is a massive problem every year. Millions of tons of plastic ends up in the water. This plastic gets tangled around animals, or sometimes animals like sea turtles mistake it for food. That's really dangerous because it can hurt them or even make them sick.
Goodness, that sounds awful. What can we do to stop all the plastic from getting in the ocean?
What a great question. One thing we can all do is reduce our use of plastic. Instead of using single-use plastic items like plastic straws or bottles, we can switch to reusable ones. We also must ensure that we put our rubbish into correct bins and avoid litterings. Remember, reduce, reuse, recycle.
That's great advice and something we can all do. These small changes can make such a huge difference. We must make sure we try our best to make them.
Exactly. And if you see any litter outside, pick it up and either put it in the bin or recycle it. It's even a small piece of rubbish that can make its way to the ocean. So it's so important that we keep the environment as clean as possible.
Now that we've learned so much, let's put it to the test with Harvey.
Hello everyone and welcome to today's Sea Life Quiz. I'm your host Harvey Miller and today we're going to test your sea smarts. Let's dive in. First up, which one of these sea creatures can change their colour based on their surroundings? Is it A, a seahorse, B, a jellyfish, or C, an octopus? Did you get it right? It's C, an octopus. They can change the colour and even texture to hide from predators. Isn't that amazing? Okay, next question. What's the biggest fish in the world? Is it A, a whale shark, B, a great white shark, or C, a blue whale? Did you get it right? The biggest fish in the world is A, a whale shark. Even though it's called a whale shark, it's actually a fish. Whale sharks can grow as long as a school bus. Time for a tricky one. Which animal is known for its ability to use its shell as a protection? Is it A, a turtle, B, a crab, or C, a clam? Did you get it right? The answer is A, a turtle. Turtles have a hard shell to keep them safe from danger. Some other animals like crabs and clams do have shells as well, but turtles are most famous for it. Alright, last question. Which of these sea animals has 8 arms? Is it A, a starfish, B, a squid, or C, an octopus? Did you get it right? The answer is C, an octopus again. Octopuses has 8 arms which they use to grab things, explore, and even escape tricky situations. So cool. Great job everyone, you did an amazing job learning about these fascinating sea creatures. Keep exploring and who knows, maybe one day you'll get to see these ocean wonders in real life. You can find some of these wonderful sea creatures right here at the ocean, or if you fancy a closer look, come on down to the ocean area. Thanks for playing, and remember, the ocean is full of surprises, so keep swimming and learning.
That's Great, Harvey, and thanks so much for joining us, Abby, and for sharing all of this important information. It's clear that saving our oceans is going to be a team effort and we can all be a part of the solution. We look forward to having you back with us later for the art showcase.
Thanks for having me. I hope everyone watching today feels inspired to do something to help protect the ocean. Together we can make a big splash.
We've been getting some amazing artwork from you all, and today we're going to showcase some of your brilliant sea creature creations. Our picture board is filling up with all kinds of ocean wonders, and I can't wait to see what you've all drawn.
I can't wait to see the incredible artwork that all the viewers have sent in.
Absolutely, you're going to be amazed. Let's get started by showing off some of the fantastic sea animals you've all created and sent in. First up, we've got this incredible sea picture of a sea turtle drawn by 11-year-old Grace. Look at this beautiful sea turtle. What a great job. I love how it's swimming through the coral. Sea turtles are so important to the ocean ecosystem, helping to keep things balanced by eating jellyfish and seagrass.
That's right, and sea turtles are also endangered in some parts of the world, so it's awesome that we're celebrating them through art. Every little thing that we can do to help protect them helps.
Next up, we've got this fantastic picture of a colourful coral reef by Tallulah, aged 10. Just look at those vibrant fish and the beautiful coral formations.
Wow, this is gorgeous! Coral reefs are often called the rainforests of the sea because they're so full of life. But did you know that they're in danger from things like climate change and pollution? So it's really important that we protect these amazing ecosystems.
Exactly. Coral reefs are so important for marine life and they provide shelter for so many sea creatures. I bet the artist who drew this is a big fan of underwater exploration. Now, let's take a look at one more incredible drawing before we add a brand new one to our picture board. This one is a picture of a giant blue whale created by Matilda at the age of just 5. It's so big and majestic, don't you think?
I love this! Blue whales are the largest animals on Earth and they can grow up to 100 feet long. That's longer than a school bus. They are so graceful and they can play an important role in keeping the ocean healthy.
Wow, what an amazing drawing. And now it's time for us to add a brand new picture to the board. Thanks to all of you who sent in your artwork, it's making our ocean picture board look fantastic. And now it's time to add this new picture, a fun and happy dolphin, sent in by Darcy, who's 6. Dolphins are so friendly and smart and they love to play in the ocean waves. What a great addition to our board.
Dolphins are amazing. They live in social groups called pods and they communicate with each other using clicks and whistles. Some people even say they can talk to each other, which is so cool.
I love dolphins, and with this new drawing our picture board is looking even better than ever. Keep sending in your pictures of sea animals and who knows, you might see your artwork featured here next time.
So here's your challenge for today. Reduce plastic use, plant a tree, pick up any litter you see and share what you've learned with your family and friends.
And don't forget, if you've drawn any amazing sea creatures or ocean scenes, send them in to us. We'd love to feature your artwork right here on the show. Your drawings help us to celebrate the wonders of the ocean and remind us why we need to protect it. Together, we can make sure the ocean stays healthy for all the creatures that call it home. Thanks for joining us today on Ocean Explorers. See you next time. And don't forget, every little action counts when it comes to saving our seas.